Alrighty, guys, we're coming off yet another winning day of personal plays on my website yesterday. We cashed in on the Nuggets, Rays, and Florida Panthers. It's also going to improve our record to 4-0 in our last four $1.99 daily best plays on that site as well. And the good news is, guys, I have another $1.99 daily best play going off here today. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to my Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. My name is Brock Page, and I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. Once again, guys, I'm 4-0, my last four $1.99 daily best plays on that website. Now, if you sign up for that package here today, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. And if you want to see a video breakdown of every single one of my personal sports bets here today, you're going to want to think about signing up for my Chairman package. Chairman members get access to every single personal play of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. It's a full access, all-inclusive membership. And of course, as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. I currently have over 515 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on my website is actually share with you which one of these free plays on these videos that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the White Sox at the Guardians, 6:10 Eastern first pitch. Cleveland's minus $1.30, totals 8 runs. Logan Allen for Cleveland, Dylan Cease for Chicago. Now, Cease has a losing record in an ERA close to 5. And out of 24 contests away from home, the White Sox got the W just 7 times. Now, they're facing a Cleveland team who has a winning home record against divisional opponents. This Cleveland pitching staff also walks fewer batters a game than any other team except for one. Starting pitcher Logan Allen, he's got an ERA in the low 3s, and he's recorded only 1 loss this season. When it comes to the injury list, Andrews, Hamilton, and Jimenez, they're all out for Chicago. Now, total-wise, the Sox are 12-5 to the under against the AL Central. Meanwhile, Cleveland saw 6 out of their last 7 divisional home games stay under the line. Give me Cleveland minus 130, under 8 runs. Next game, Rangers Pirates, 6:35 East. Texas is minus 160, totals 8 runs. Nathan Eovaldi for Texas, Rich Hill for Pittsburgh. Now, the Pirates have struggled getting base runners at home. They're averaging only 7.4 hits a game at PNC Park. That's nearly a league worst in home hits. They're facing Nathan Eovaldi, who's got a handful of wins and an ERA in the 2s. Eovaldi's also got 61 strikeouts on the year and a sub-1 whip. And even if Eovaldi struggles for some reason, he's still backed by the best run-producing lineup in baseball. Adolis Garcia has got 14 home runs and leads the majors in RBI. Meanwhile, Corey Seager is hitting .362 with an OPS in the thousands. Now, the Rangers have seen plenty of overs against the National League this year. They're 14-4 to the over in their interleague ball games. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh saw 3 out of their last 5 at PNC Park get over the number themselves. Give me Texas minus 160, over 8. Next ball game, D-backs, Phillies, 6:40 p.m. East. Philadelphia's minus 145 at Citizens Bank Park, totals 9.5. Matt Strahm for Philadelphia, Ryan Nelson for Arizona. And out of 46 innings of work, Nelson's recorded just 1 win on the season. He's got an ERA of 5.48 along with a 1.48 whip. This Arizona pitching staff as a whole, they've been relatively unspectacular. They're currently in the bottom 5 in runs allowed on the road. Now, they're facing a Phillies team who's a top 10 hit-producing line. They have a top 10 hit-producing lineup. Bryce Harper, he's hitting .313 with an OPS of .890. Meanwhile, Nick Castellanos, he's currently the club leader in hits. Who would have thunk it after the dreadful season he had last year at the plate? And even if the bats go cold here today for the Fightins, starting pitcher Matt Straham's 4-3 with an ERA in the twos. Now, Straham's fanned 47 batters in just 33 innings of work. He also has a .97 whip. Now, Pache and Hall are out for Philly. Kyle Lewis inactive for Arizona. The D-backs are 15-9 to the over when they bat first. They also saw 8 out of their last 10 meetings with Philly get over the line. Give me the Phillies -145, over 9.5. Next game, Cards, Reds, 640 East. St. Louis is -145, totals 10 runs. Adam Wainwright for St. Louis, Graham Ashcraft for Cincinnati. Now, Graham's got an ERA close to 5 along with a 1.43 whip. And for a team who plays half their season on a short porch, these Reds hitters have really underachieved. They're in the bottom 10 in the league in hits per game. They're facing a Cardinal lineup who has little issue sending runners across the plate. These guys are a top 10 scoring team. Paul Goldschmidt leads the roster in hits. Nolan Gorman's in the top 5 in the bigs and homers, RBI, and OPS. He actually has the second highest OPS in the major leagues right now. O'Neill and Carlson still out for St. Louis. TJ Friedel inactive for the Reds since he's gone 8-5 to the over against National League opponents at home. St. Louis saw 6 out of their last 10 get over the number themselves. Give me the Cardinals -145, over 10. Next ball game, Blue Jays, Rays, 6:40 Eastern start time. Tampa Bay is -130, totals 8.5. Taj Bradley for Tampa Bay, Jose Barrios for Toronto. Now, Barrios has a losing record and an ERA of 4.61. Meanwhile, as a team, the Blue Jays have had a tough time getting the W lately. They're on a 5-game losing streak, and they took the loss in 7 out of their last 8. Now, they're facing a Rays lineup on the other side who continues to pound the baseball. These guys are currently leading the AL East in run production and hits. Randy Arozarena, he's been a big contributor to those 2 particular stats I just mentioned. Randy has an OPS in the 900s, and he ranks in the top 10 in the bigs in RBI. Yandy Diaz, he's the club leader in batting average and ranks 4th in the bigs in OPS. Meanwhile, on the defensive end of things, Tampa Bay arguably has the best pitching staff in baseball. They allow a league-low 2.7 runs a game on their home field. Starting pitcher Taj Bradley, he's 3-0 with a .93 whip. And one more thing to add here, guys. The Rays have been spectacular at Tropicana Field. They're 22-4 through 26 games in their own building. They also saw 63% of those contests get over the number. Now, Toronto is 16-10 to the over when they bat first. Give me the Rays -130, over 8.5. Next game, O's, Yankees, 7:05 East. New York's -165, total 7.5. Garrett Cole for New York, Kyle Bradish for Baltimore. Now, Brady's got an ERA in the 3s, and he's recorded only 1 loss this season. When it comes to offensive production, the O's are in the top 3 in runs per game. Cedric Mullins leads the club in hits and RBI. He's actually 7th in the bigs in that RBI category. Meanwhile, Austin Hayes is hitting a team-best .311 at the dish. Now they're facing a Yankee lineup on the other side who certainly has problems getting on base themselves. These guys are in the bottom 5 in hits per game. And in addition to that, these guys also have a losing record against the AL East at home. Donaldson and Stanton are still out for the Bombers. Urias inactive for Baltimore. The O's did see 5 out of their last 6 divisional road games get over the total. In addition to that, they are also 67% to the over in all of their contests away from Baltimore. Give me the O's +1.5, over 7.5 runs. Next matchup I have for you, it is going to be Padres at the Nats, 7:05 East. San Diego is -150 on the road, totals 8 runs. Yu Darvish for San Diego, Mackenzie Gore for Washington. Now, Gore's been serviceable, but he has run into some control issues. His whip has crept up to a 1.45. This Nationals pitching staff also ranks dead last in the league in strikeouts. Now they're going to have to outduel Yu Darvish here for the Pods, and he's been a big strikeout guy this year. Darvish has an ERA in the threes, along with 53 strikeouts in just 48 innings. Now, the San Diego pitching staff as a whole, they're allowing under 7.8 hits a game on the road. The Machado and Dahl are still out for the Pods. Robles and Pineda still inactive for Washington. The Nats are 64% to the under against National League opponents in their own stadium. Meanwhile, the Pods on the other side, they've gone 16-4 to the under in their travels. Give me San Diego minus 150, under 8. Next contest I have for you, it is going to be Dodgers at the Braves, 7:20 Eastern first pitch. Atlanta is the $2 favorite at home, totals 8.5. Spencer Strider for Atlanta. Looks like Bobby Miller possibly making his debut with the Dodgers here today. And out of 4 starts at AAA Oklahoma City, Miller has accumulated an ERA of 5.65. Now, this Dodger team, they've had a tough time getting base runners while traveling. LA's averaging only 7.2 hits a game on the road. That's actually, it's nearly a league low in that category. Now they're going to have to face Spencer Strider on the bump, who's 4-1 with an ERA in the 2s. Now, Strider also punched out 86 batters in just 51-plus innings. This Braves pitching staff, they've been certainly tough to hit against at Truist Park this year. They currently lead the majors in strikeouts per game at home. And speaking of those home games, the Braves saw 70% of their contests this year in Atlanta get over the total. The Dodgers on the other side, they are 17-8 to the over in their travels. Give me the Braves minus 1.5, over 8.5. Next contest, it is going to be Tigers at the Royals, 7:40 Eastern start time. Detroit's minus $1.40 on the road, totals 9 runs. Eduardo Rodriguez for the Tigers. Daniel Lynch possibly making his season debut with Kansas City. And out of 24 contests at Kauffman Stadium this year, the Royals did take the loss 18 times already, certainly giving their home crowd very little to cheer about. Now, KC also has a bottom 5 run-producing lineup. They're going to have to face Eduardo Rodriguez for the Tigers, and he's pitched really well this year. He's got a 2.06 ERA and a .86 whip. He's currently got a winning record along with 52 strikeouts through 56+. Now, this Detroit pitching staff, they've also displayed exceptional control. This pitching staff as a whole. Detroit's walking only 2.3 batters a game on the road. Now, Kerry Carpenter's still out for Detroit. Waters and Isabel out of the lineup for KC. The Royals saw 7 out of their last 10 stay under. Meanwhile, Detroit saw 5 out of their last 7 divisional ball games stay under the total themselves. Give me the Tigers minus 140, under 9. Next matchup, it is going to be Astros at the Brewers, 7:40 Eastern first pitch. Houston's minus 135 on the road, totals 9.5. JP France for Houston, Colin Rhea for Milwaukee. Now, Rhea's a winless 0-3 with an ERA in the 5s. Meanwhile, as a team, the Brewers took the loss in 4 out of their last 5. They were shut out twice during that span. Now, they're going to have to face a red-hot Astros team who won their last 8 straight. And I'll tell you what, during that winning streak, this Astros lineup averaged just about 6 runs a game. They were really dangerous at the plate. Yordan Alvarez, he's a dangerous man as well. He's second in the bigs in RBI, 5th in OPS. Meanwhile, Mauricio Dubon leads the roster in hits. Michael Brantley still injured for Houston. Luke Voigt is out for Milwaukee. The Brewers are currently 8-5 to the under in their interleague home games. Meanwhile, Houston saw 3 out of their last 4 on the road stay under the total themselves. Give me Houston minus 135, under 9.5. Next game, it is going to be Mets at the Cubs, 7:40 p.m. East. Both teams are minus $1.10. Totals 8.5. Drew Smyly for the Cubs, Kodai Senga for New York. And 7 out of New York's last 10 outings did stay under the total. They also saw 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Chicago stay under the number as well. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around between both of these squads. As far as selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my extra daily bet on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. So if you want to see whether I like the Cubbies getting the job done at Wrigley, or if I like the Mets getting the W on the road, this game's once again being featured as my extra daily bet on patreon.com/BrockPage. And I'll tell you what, if you sign up for that membership here today, you're going to get access to that package for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to my daily best play during that time frame every single day, absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, give me the under 8.5. Next contest, Giants at the Twins. That's going to be a 7:40 Eastern first pitch in Minnesota. The Twins are minus $1.30, totals 8. Sonny Gray for Minnesota, Alex Cobb for San Francisco. And even though Cobb's been solid, he does have a whip that's crept up to a 1.35. Now, these Giants hitters have severe strikeout problems as well. They're actually fanning more times a game at the plate on the road than any other club in the league. Really having problems making contact with the baseball. And of course, they're going to have to face Sonny Gray here today on the other side, who's 4-0 for the Twins with a 1.64 ERA. Now, Sonny's also got 60 strikeouts and just 49 plus. Now, the Twins as a team here, they also have a top 5 run-producing lineup in the American League. Joey Gallo and Byron Buxton, they have 20 home runs between the both of them. Meanwhile, Trevor Larnach's the club leader in RBI. Now, Polanco and Gordon are still out for Minnie. Peterson and Slater still inactive for San Fran. The Giants are 7-5 to the over in their interleague road contests. Meanwhile, Minnesota saw 3 out of their last 4 at Target Field get over the number themselves. Give me Minnesota minus 130, over 8. Next contest, it is going to be the Marlins at the Rockies, 840 Coors Field. Miami's minus 130 as the away team, totals 11.5. Yuri Perez for Miami, Austin Gomer for Colorado. Now, the Rockies have had little issue getting base runners at Coors Field. They're in the top 5 in home hits per contest. Elias Diaz, he is the 3rd highest batting average in the majors at 333. Meanwhile, Chris Bryant's the club leader in hits. Now, they're facing a Miami team who arguably has the worst hitting lineup in baseball. Matter of fact, these guys currently rank dead last in the bigs in run production. They're also winning just 40% of their road games against National League opponents. Now, Garcia and Chisholm are still out for the Fish. The Marlins currently did see overs in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Colorado. So once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. And out of those meetings I just mentioned, Miami's pitching staff allowed over 7 runs a game during that span. Give me Colorado plus $1.10, over 11.5. Next contest, Red Sox, Angels, 938 East. The LA Angels are minus 120, totals 9.5. Griffin Canning for Los Angeles, Brian Bello for Boston. Now, Bello's 3-1 on the year with 31 strikeouts and just 28 plus. The Red Sox also have a top 3 hit-producing lineup. Rafi Devers is in the top 5 in both home runs and RBI. Meanwhile, Alex Verdugo leads the lineup in hits. They're going up against Griffin Canning, who's got an ERA in the 6s, along with a 1.50 whip. This Angel pitching staff, they're also giving up nearly 5.5 runs a game in front of their own fans. Rendon and Stassi are still out for the Angels. Arroyo and Chang sitting out for the Bo Sox. Now, Boston is currently 64% to the over against American League opponents on the road. And in addition to that, they also saw overs in 5 out of Brian Bello's last 6 starts. Give me Boston plus $1, over 9.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It's going to be in that A's-Mariners game, 9:40 p.m. East. Seattle's the $2.40 favorite at home, totals 9 runs. Marco Gonzalez for Seattle, Luis Medina for Oakland. Now, Medina is winless on the season with an ERA close to 7. The A's also have the worst record in baseball. They allow more runs a game than any other club in the majors. Now, they're facing a Mariner team who won 2 out of their last 3. And that includes an 11-run effort last night against Oakland. Jared let's try to get that one out. Jared Kelenic, he is the club leader in homers and hits. Meanwhile, Eugenio Suarez has a team best 28 RBI. Now, total-wise, 6 out of Seattle's last 10 outings did get over the number. They're also 60% to the over in their divisional home games. Meanwhile, Oakland's gone 17-7 to the over as the road team. And of course, that's because of all that bad pitching. Plenty of overs for them on the road. Give me Seattle -1.5, over 9. With that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. And I'll tell you what, if you do end up getting a package here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. The picks are in text format. You know, you don't have to sit here watching a full 20-minute video. You can just get the plays right in a text version for the package you sign up. So it's certainly good value if you don't have 20 minutes to waste on me a day watching a video. But anyway, guys, I do have to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.